Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to our final session of the week. Yes, unfortunately, we won't be hosting an LC online session tomorrow, but this is a great one, and we are going to introduce our brand new qualifications starting in September 2021, and they are T-levels. So without me waffling on, I'm just going to bring the team in to introduce themselves, and then we'll move on to some questions and answers. So hi, Gemma. Hi, Anya. Okay?
Hello. Hi, Victoria. Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. So if you wouldn't just mind starting with Gemma and then moving on to Anya, just introduce yourself and your role at Leicester College.
Yeah,
Gemma's dog is also
apologise for the the real life dog barking in the background. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Gemma. I'm the employability manager at Leicester College. So it's my responsibility to help make sure that we're providing you with really high quality, relevant work placement opportunities, and also giving you that preparation for work as well. So if you think about the context of T-levels, which we'll talk to you more about, but my role is to source employers to provide you with industry placements whilst you're doing your T-level qualification.
It's fantastic. And Anya, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Anya. I'm the T-level coordinator at Leicester College. I'm working closely with Gemma and the rest of the team to get us launched in 2021.
That's fantastic. So, guys, I think there's going to be a lot of questions about T-levels. They are brand new and a lot of probably hesitation and skepticism about what they are and can you go to university. So I think the best thing we can do is get straight to the questions. So can you just clarify what a T-level is?
Hi there. So T-levels are a brand new technical qualification. It's a level 3 qualification, and you can do this straight after your GCSEs. So it's been designed in conjunction with employer experts, and it's designed to give you all the skills and experience that you'll need to go into your chosen career and get a really highly skilled occupation. It will also enable you to go on to do a higher level degree or an apprenticeship. So it's a 2-year qualification. It's equivalent to 3 A-levels, and it will be a combination of work-based, classroom-based work, and then also there'll be a significant industry placement where you'll get to do some hands-on experience. So really, if you're somebody that knows what industry they want to work in, you like technical work and like a hands-on experience, a T-level is going to be great for you, and it really will get you ahead of the competition out there.
Thanks, Anya, and I'm sure we'll move on to questions about placement soon, so Gemma will answer all those on them. In the meantime, if you do have any questions, guys, you can submit them in the comment section below and we'll get them answered by our team today. So with T-levels, what areas will they be offered in?
Okay, so from 2021, Leicester College will be offering T-levels across all the 4 routes that will be available at that point. So we'll be doing T-levels in digital, construction, education and childcare, and health and science. And there'll be a whole host of occupational specialisms you can do around that too.
Okay, so with T-levels, are they only ever going to be in those areas, or are we going to expand over the next few years into other areas as well?
There'll be lots more to choose from over the coming years. So they're going to be gradually rolled out over the next 4 years. Eventually, there'll be 11 different industry areas that you can choose from that will have a T-level attached to them, but they're being introduced by bit.
So if you're in year 10 or year 9 right now and you're interested, we're going to be offering more T-levels in the next coming years. But if you're year 11, we're just offering them in them just for now. So you might be interested in those, so do check them out. And with specialisms, what kind of specialisms will we be offering?
There's loads to choose from. So each route, there'll be a couple of different T-levels and a whole host of occupational specialisms. So I'll just go through some of the main ones that we're starting with. So in the digital route, you'll be able to choose from digital production, design and development, or digital support. And you can go into all sorts of areas like web development, app development, frontline security and support. So there's lots of different areas to choose from. If you want to get into education in early years, there's the education and childcare T-level, and that will enable you to get into nursery work, working with special education needs assistant, or you can even work abroad. So there's lots of avenues there too. And then we have the construction route. So we have building services engineering, and we have on-site construction. And again, there's a whole load of different specialisms that you can choose. So we've got heating and plumbing, we've got carpentry and joinery, electrotechnical engineering. So there's stacks to choose from. And health and science. So we've got, again, a whole catalogue to choose from there. We've got midwifery, we've got adult nursing, we've got mental health nursing assistant. So depending on what you choose, you can specialise in your chosen area.
That's fantastic, and that's great to hear that you can go into things like midwifery, because I think there's a misconception that if you do a T-level BTEC, that is off limits to you, and it certainly isn't. So one of the questions we get regularly is about structure of college life and day. So could you explain what the structure of a T-level looks like?
Yeah, sure. So it takes place over 2 years, as I mentioned earlier. And generally your first year, you'll be going into the core concepts and theories across the whole route. So what you'll learn in the first year will be applicable to any of those occupational specialisms. And it'll give you a really broad knowledge across the whole route. We'll also get you prepared for your industry placement in that first year as well, so you'll be fully ready when that comes along. There'll also be a strong content of maths, English and digital skills, which will be embedded throughout the course, and they'll be very specific to whatever you're doing, so they'll be just put in context for you. And then in the second year, that's when you're going to go in and do your industry placement, and you'll really get stuck in then to your occupational specialism, and your employer will set you a project which will really give you that hands-on experience using all the technical equipment that you've been learning about in the classroom. So yeah, that's the basic structure. It'll be about 80% in college and about 20% on your industry placement. Works out about like that.
That's great. And I think one of the concerns is as well is obviously T-level, the name is very close to an A-level. So will there be any exams for T-level?
There will be exams, yes. There'll be a different range of assessments. There'll be technical content that will have an externally based exam. But then the employer set project, that will be assessed in a formative manner. So you'll have lots of different assessment stages. So there'll be a range of different assessments, and they'll all combine at the end to give you an overall score.
And I think it's worth noting, Anya, that with these assessments, obviously T-levels have been created in line with the businesses and in line with apprenticeship standards. So these assessments can vary. So it's not going to be exam dominated like an A-level, which might be a relief for those who are more interested in doing more of the coursework and hands-on side than the A-level side, I think.
Absolutely.
With them, how do you apply for them? You know, lots of questions about that.
Yeah. First and foremost, you can apply today. You can get onto our website, and the courses are all on there. They're ready for you to apply to. If your school has PS16, that will also be available for you as well. So if you've got any questions at all, you can ring us up. The customer service centre will be really helpful. They can also put you in touch with, we've got great careers advisors. They'll be able to help you further. So just get in touch with us and we'll be able to help you on that. But
okay, and just to follow up to that, are adults allowed to apply for T-levels, or is it strictly just those who are leaving school?
At the moment, it's not open to adults. It's for 16 to 19-year-olds at the moment, but there is talk in the pipeline that somewhere down the line, adults may be included too. But at the moment, it's just for 16 to 19-year-olds. It's just especially for those people.
Fantastic. And I think that's probably because these are an introduction to a brand new qualification, but decisions are ever changing, so you might find they are available to you. But for adult learners, we do have a wide range of courses, so if you are watching this, please go on our website and you can find out more information on there. And I think there's a bit of a worry around places available. So do we have a lot of places available on T-levels?
Well, we do have to limit. We have a finite number of places. There is at some point a limit, and going by this year, this is the first year that they've actually been rolled out in selected providers across the UK, and it's been very successful. They've had a really good uptake. So there will be a limited number of places, but if you can apply early, that would really stand you in good stead and get on the waiting list, and we can talk you through it. But there's a good few places. We've got a big college. We've got lots of staff and great facilities. So if you get in early, we'll be able to help you.
I think the phrase "the early bird gets the worm"
Yeah.
is saying here. I think I messed that up then, but oh well. And yeah, we're just going to quickly move on to Gemma and answer a few questions, because you have mentioned industry placements, but we will come back to the second part of your questions later. So Gemma, could you just clarify for us what does an industry placement involve?
Yes, of course. So the industry placement is 45 days in industry with an employer that's related to the course that you're studying and the type of career that you want to go into. So it's an opportunity to really practice and develop those technical skills that you're learning on your course, but also to develop those core behaviour and social skills, which are absolutely vital to employers when they're recruiting young people from college, etc. So it's like I say, it's 45 days. As part of the T-level qualification, you will do the majority of that placement in your second year, but in your first year, you will also do a good proportion of preparation for that placement. So we really help to get you ready for it in lots of different ways, through digital learning, through face-to-face encounters with employers, tasters, things like that. So that when you're ready to start your second year, you are ready to go into that workplace and do that placement as well. You're fully supported. You will get a work placement coordinator allocated to you to support you through your journey. And that person will also help to review your placement and see how you're getting on. And there's also expenses and travel costs and things that we can help you with as well.
Fantastic.
About 5 questions in there, Victoria.
That's absolutely fine, not a problem. So can you choose where you go for your placement?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to make it as personalised and tailored to you as much as we can. So we have a really good bank of employers working with us, because this is the 3rd year that we've ran industry placements. So we have a good choice to choose from. But equally, if there's somewhere you've always wanted to go and work for, then we can try and get them on board. Or you might even have places in mind through your own network, such as family and friends and things like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And just a quick question following that. With industry placements, do they have to go for like an interview before they can start?
It varies. It's very much dependent on the employer, but we will prepare the student for that if that does happen. So they will always do some interview practice and preparation and some mock interviews. 9 times out of 10, the employer would like to interview the student, or at least have an informal chat just to see what they are like personally, really, because they're really looking for those qualities like being motivated and, ability to communicate and, turn up on time. They want to be able to see that in young people more than anything.
Fantastic. And obviously you mentioned that you might pay for expenses. Students might be eligible for the bursary through that, but will they get paid on their placements?
The employers are not obliged to pay students. However, from experience, quite a lot of our employers like to be able to give something back to the student through a way of payment or reward. So they can pay you if they would like you to, if they'd like to. But we can also help support any costs that you might incur as part of that placement. So that might be to do with travel. It could be, if you're a construction student, that you require a CSCS card or an ECS card to be able to get you out into those settings and onto building sites and in construction settings. So we can then pay for that training and help you with those costs as well. So anything that you need to help remove any barriers or improve access for you to get onto that placement, then we'll support you with that.
And is that available through the Learner Support Fund available at the college?
Yes, that is available through the Learner Support Fund and the allocation that we receive to be able to provide that additional help to students as well.
Okay, wonderful. That's great. So obviously industry placements, although you might not get paid for them, what are the benefits of doing one?
I think the key benefit is really getting that hands-on experience with an employer. Employers today want to see that you've got experience. Doing a college course is not sufficient for them. So the real benefit is not only opening your eyes to what's out there and giving you some taste of the sort of sector that you might want to go into, but it's also providing you with that opportunity to really practice the skills, potentially be offered a job at the end of it. It might be that you're looking to go on to a higher level apprenticeship when you finish the T-level. So that will give you a direct pathway into that as well. Equally, you can go on to university with it. So not only are you going on to university with a qualification in the sector that you want, but you've also got some substantial work experience to go alongside with that. Quite often, students that are going to university, and I found this myself 20 years ago, is that I left university with very little work experience. So I had to start, although I got a degree in social sciences, I actually had to start from low administration jobs to be able to work my way up into what I wanted to do. However, if I had some industry experience to go alongside that when I graduated, it might have been a different story. So I cannot stress the biggest importance of getting that experience with an employer. And we will help you to do that. And it looks good on your CV as well. It improves your confidence, gives you that next step up into your life and where you're going in the future. So lots of benefits, definitely. I couldn't sell it enough.
I think you really hit the nail on the head there, Gemma. I was going to mention it myself. You know, what if we could offer you a course where you got to do a specialism and also got work experience? Because the one pet thing that employers love is if you've had previous work experience under about you, even down to Saturday jobs, you know, jobs throughout university, you're more likely to get employed if you've got experience in your past history, and that's absolutely right. So with that, where can they go to find out more information about T-levels and industry placements?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to Leicester College website. We've got a clear section for T-levels and industry placements. I think you can access it through the front page. But you can also go onto the government website. I believe it's tlevels.gov, but if you put in T-level government website, it will come up for you. And there's lots of information on there about T-levels, industry placements. And equally on our website, it gives you lots of information about the different courses and specialisms and how to apply as well.
Okay, so what we'll do then, Gemma, to make it easier on a lot of people viewing this, probably even if you're viewing this after the live's gone, we will put it in the comment section below, the link to the website and to the government website as well, so you can find out more information. So I'm just going to switch back to Anya now. It's your turn again. So could you just explain what the entry requirements are for T-levels?
Okay, so each programme will have a slightly varied entry requirement. But as a general rule, you're looking at needing to get 4 GCSEs, including your English and maths. To actually pass your T-level, you do need to have a grade 4 in English and maths as an exit requirement. For any special education needs students, the requirement there is for an entry level 3 functional skills. But there's a whole load of options around that as well. As I say, each T-level will have a different requirement. And we can speak to you about those individual requirements.
That's fantastic. And is there sort of a transition period for those who don't get the grades? Can they do a course beforehand to enable them to get onto a T-level if they don't quite get the grades?
Absolutely. So if that happens, come talk to us. We've got a 1-year T-level transition programme which we'll be running, and it's specially designed to get you all the skills that you need to go on to the T-level. And during that time, we will support you with any English and maths skills that you need and get you up to the standard that you need to be at. So that's a great option for you.
Okay, great. So obviously with a T-level, how are they different to technical and vocational qualifications? Or can we even add in there an A-level?
Well, the main thing, as Gemma's been talking about, really is that industry placement at the heart of the qualification that really sets it apart. I think what we've been talking about is the experience problem, where you can't get a job because you haven't got the experience, and that vicious circle. And the T-level really breaks that, because you're getting your chance to have that 9-week placement, and you're getting to use the industry sort of equipment, all the packages related to your industry. So when you go to look for your work, you've already worked with these people, you form links, you've got your confidence. So it's that whole package that really sets it apart from other
Can I ask you at the T-level, do you need to know what specialism you want to go in when you apply for it? Like so for instance, if you apply for healthcare science, do you have to know you want to be going to the midwifery route when you apply, or can you just apply for the T-level in general?
There's a little bit of movement around that. Generally, people there's people that may know exactly what they want to do from the start, but because the first year gives you an all-round knowledge of the whole route, it might be that while you're doing that, you might think, actually, something else is a little bit better for me than I thought. And there will be some scope to change, subject to places being available. But the beauty of that T-level, it does give you that flexibility, and it does give you progression options that are specific to that whole route as well. So there's a lot of options around that. So yeah, there is some.
No, it's so easy and to change your mind, especially when you're that young as well. You know, I go to a lot of school events and they almost have a ballpark idea about what they want to do, but they don't know how to get there, or they know exactly what they want to do. So it's good that the flexibility is there. So you just spoke about progression. So what are the options for progression after completing the T-level?
Lots of options. So first and foremost, it is geared towards getting you really work ready. If you want to go straight into a highly skilled career, you've already got those building blocks, because doing the T-level, it's really like you're already on that career path. The way that it's set out, you're already doing all the things that you need to do to get on your career path. But because it's such a highly skilled qualification, and it's been deemed as like the gold standard in technical qualification. It's at the top mark. You can get 168 UCAS points, I believe, which is 3 A levels at 8 star. So universities will be accepting them. So that's an option if you want to go ahead and go on to a degree. And the other options could be to do a higher level apprenticeship or a higher level apprenticeship degree, which is also a brilliant opportunity. So you can carry on studying and you're getting paid, and so there's a lot of options out there, and we've got lots of people to talk you through that too.
Oh, that's wonderful. So just a quick follow up from that one. With a T-level, if a student is midway through their first year and they are offered an apprenticeship and they would prefer to go to that, do they still get a certificate or qualification, or do you need to complete the 2 years to get the full T-level?
This is something that we have been asked quite a bit, but I think because the apprenticeship standards relate so closely to the T-level, they're of the same standards. We're hoping that you'll be getting your building blocks towards the apprenticeship. So it will be something that maybe it'll be accredited, and we can put your skills and what you've already done and what you achieved towards getting onto a similar apprenticeship. So it's something that would have to be discussed with the departments, but we're hoping that there's some movement around that, and it just depends on the route that you're on. But with them being quite closely related, we think that's going to be an option.
That's great, because obviously, you know, things can change, opportunities that can come up. But obviously we do have a careers team, guys. So if you do need advice and guidance, and if you come into these situations, whether it's on a course or a T-level, and you get one apprenticeship, they can advise you on the next steps or how to make the right decision for you. And I think obviously a lot of people might not be looking at going to university or into a higher apprenticeship. So are people qualified to go into a job after completing a T-level?
Absolutely. They're really geared towards getting you work ready. I think we've spoken a lot about the industry placement and all the brilliant benefits of that. So you're using industry equipment, specialist equipment. You're working with people in that career, your chosen career. You're forming networks. You're getting confidence. You're getting all of the core theories and skills across the whole route. So you've got a whole set of skills going on, plus all the work readiness skills we're going to teach you as well. So it really sets you up to get into your chosen career. And I think the thing about it as well to remember that it has been designed by industry experts to address a skills gap that has been known about, and the T-levels the course is very much geared towards getting people ready, and the industries need these skills. So it's all working together to make sure that there is a job at the end of it. That's the absolute purpose of it.
That's great. And you got anything to add to that, Gemma, in terms of, you know, how an industry placement and going onto a job afterwards, the benefits of that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we've had a huge amount of investment from our employers who are thinking about their much bigger recruitment strategies, and they're looking at fostering talent pipelines with young people, particularly workforces where employers where they've got an aging workforce. So they want new, dynamic, fresh blood into their organisations. They bring lots of inspiration and new ideas. So employers are not thinking about this as a short-term fix. They're thinking about taking these young people in for these placements to be able to provide those jobs and fill those skill shortages, as Anya said as well, in the long run.
That's fantastic. So I think, guys, obviously we're coming to the end of the session. Have you got any more information that you want to share about T-level, or anything that might be asked by the audience at a later date, or are T-levels the replacement for BTECs?
Well, I would say the T-level qualifications are great for students that have got a good idea about what they want to do and they know they like that hands-on learning. So it might be that an apprenticeship is one option for them, but it might be that they're not quite ready for an apprenticeship, or actually they've got plans to go to university. So the T-level qualification is really able to be tailored to those young people as well. The transition programme is equally about raising aspirations of younger people who perhaps don't get those attainments that they're really looking for after their GCSEs. They might have experienced a huge range of personal issues, they might have come from alternative school provisions, but it's about raising those aspirations, coming and doing a transition programme with us, getting all that work preparation, employability, work experience, industry experience, and then progress you on to that T-level. So it is great for a whole range of students with different types of destinations in mind as well.
So the specialism doesn't necessarily give you one direction, it can actually give you several. So don't think that if you get a course you have to be midwife, you can go into other aspects of the healthcare service.
Yeah, absolutely. It has got all that kind of flexibility with it as well, which makes it a great qualification.
And also, I'd just really like to add that with us being in the first privileged sort of pilot years, we're getting so much support from the government, and we're getting like maximum support. So we've been tailoring, you know, the whole college is going to be state of the art classrooms to work in. So it's a brilliant time to get on board with the T-level as well. We're just all really excited to get started with it. So, you know, it's just a really good time to do it ahead of everyone else.
So have either of you had any feedback from the schools and colleges who have been part of the pilot and see how well they've been doing with it? Have you been liaising with them?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a local network set up with other providers so that we can look at the way in which we are working together to complement one another. And that's also around referring employers to other providers and things like that. But the feedback that we've had from the Department for Education is that we are one of the leading colleges in the UK to be demonstrating fantastic best practice for industry placements and the way that we're planning the T-levels for delivery next year. So not to blow our own trumpets, but we are making fantastic progress and we're getting excellent feedback from students and employers for those that have been running the industry placements.
That's fantastic. And I think obviously you guys have done really well answering all the questions today, and you know, diminished all the myths that we might be having around bringing in a new qualification. Like you said, the government has given us full backing, and that is in terms of funding and support to get these up and running. It is a very strange time because we didn't expect a pandemic to hit us in the way it has. But just from speaking from Gemma before this, the amount of employees that are still on board with delivering industry placements is really positive, and obviously the T-levels are still going ahead as planned. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to add that if you are interested in T-levels and want to find out more about the subjects specifically, we did a T-levels launch a few weeks ago, and we have our recorded videos online. So we'll put a link in the comment section below, and you can go and re-watch those. So for instance, if you're interested in construction, our team delivered a live all about the T-level in construction itself, and vice versa with all the other subjects. But other than that, if you are interested in finding out more about the facilities, we do have our open event coming up soon. It's on Saturday, the 20th of November. If you register today and sign up, we'll give you a personalised itinerary to the area you're interested in most, and we'll have more information on T-levels on the day. So thank you so much, Anya and Gemma, for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in.